Now.
We begin this half hour with the latest on two separate murders involving college students in the Houston area.
Yeah, the latest victim was a 21-year-old student from Nepal who was studying to be a nurse and was enrolled at Houston Community College. Muna Pandey was found shot to death in her apartment Monday. Friends tell us she was an only child and had moved to Houston to earn an education. A 52-year-old suspect has been arrested and charged with capital murder. And the second woman, a junior at Rice University, Andrea Rodriguez Avila from Maryland, was found shot to death in her dorm room after her parents requested a welfare check on Monday. Both women only 21 years old.
And Candace, while we know a motive has not been confirmed in either murder, there are women and men dealing with various forms of harassment, stalking, or abuse, whether that's from an acquaintance they just met or a longtime partner. Here to talk about this is Waikisha Dixon, Deputy Director with the nonprofit Bay Area Turning Point. Thank you so much for spending some time with us this afternoon. Waikisha, let's get this started with some red flags. What do folks need to be on the lookout for here?
So I think there are often red flags in abusive and toxic relationships. Some of the common ones are isolation. That's one of the main ones. How can I isolate you from your familiar relationships, your families, your friends? One of the big red flags I love to tell people about to make sure that they're keyed in on is believe what they say. A lot of the times we think, oh, they're not going to do those things, or they're just saying that, but believe what people say. A lot of the times people are informed, like, hey, if you don't do these things, I'm going to kill you. And we tend to believe that you're really not going to do that. And oftentimes that is some of the things that happens. And so isolation, like I said, is a really big one, as well as believing what your abuser is saying and not trying to hide behind the persona of what we want the relationship to be or what we want it to feel like, but living in that truth that this could be a toxic, unhealthy relationship.
Right. And how do you approach that subject matter if you're worried for a friend or loved one that they may be in a dangerous spot?
Yeah, so it's common for us to be knowledgeable about or encounter when our friends and families are in abusive relationships. And so what I always tell family members and the community is, one, listen. We cannot always expect people to do what it is that we want them to do. And so we first must listen. The other is being able to offer resources. My thing is, what do you have in your toolbox? Because someone may come to you in a time of need. So what resources do you have? Resources such as Bay Area Turning Point. We are a nonprofit assisting survivors of domestic violence and sexual assault. And so when you have family members who are in those positions, being able to connect them with a resource who can be removed from the situation, to offer them sometimes tangible resources such as victim advocacy, counseling, support groups to navigate their traumatic situations.
And for individuals trying to get out of a bad situation right now, we know those moments leading up to their leaving their abuser can be some of the most dangerous. What steps do they need to take to ensure their safety? So
one of the big things when you're ready to leave, as you stated, that is one of the most dangerous times because that power and control is feeling like you're taking that away from you, right? So what we tell people all the time is safety plan first. Calling one of the hotlines such as Bay Area Turning Point, we can help walk you through some safety tips to make sure when you do choose to leave that you're leaving safely. What are some things that you may need to do? Who do you need to notify? What do you may need to pack? And so safety planning is going to be the best and first step that you need to take. Calling crisis hotlines, you can do that. They're 24/7. So if it's in the middle of the night or early in the morning, give us a call and let us talk you through what that can look like for you.
An important conversation we need to keep having.
Absolutely.
Waikisha Dixon with Bay Area Turning Point, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
And you can find more on their incredible resources at bayareaturningpoint.org. And for more on our Breaking Free initiative, where you can find resources if you or someone you love needs help, check out clicktohouston.com. Thank you, Waikisha. We appreciate you and all that you do.